Today I want to talk about one of my worst addictions, one of my craziest addictions, not craziest, but one of my most harmful addictions. And it's not crack, it's not cocaine, it's not weed, it's not alcohol, but it's one addiction that relates to being a creator. And that is, every time I upload a video or upload a song, I'm always on the platform right after I upload it, waiting, refreshing for any sort of validation, any sort of comments to prove what I'm doing is right. But overall, as soon as I drop something that I really care about, I'm sitting there wasting time on social medias, trying to get validation from people to ensure that I'm on the right path. And I want to bring this to you because I know that a lot of creators who really care about what they create want to make sure they're doing the right thing. They're very nervous about going on the right path. They're very nervous because they want to succeed badly, and they're constantly trying to evaluate if they're doing the right thing. And I'm here to tell you, I understand why you're doing that. I understand why I do that, but that's a very harmful, if not one of the most harmful things you can do when it comes to success as a creator and fulfillment as a creator. Now, there's a couple reasons to why this is, and one of them is one of the simplest ones. You're irrelevant. You are irrelevant. I'm irrelevant. Look at me. I'm irrelevant. And I'm not saying this in some sort of demeaning way like, oh, I'm irrelevant. Yeah, look at you. You got no views. No. You're irrelevant. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm irrelevant. So I'm sitting here worrying about, oh my gosh, I'm going to feel a lot of positive emotion if this video gets 100 views. And I'm going to feel terrible emotion. It's going to ruin my day if this video gets 30 views, maybe. Okay, what's the difference in views that we're talking about here? It's 70 views. It's a 70 view difference. So one video is 30, one video is 100. Well, what's an actually viral video that would change my life? Maybe a million views, right? If a video gets 1 million views. When you have 1 million views, the difference of 70 views means nothing. So why am I stressing out about 70 views when both videos, one with 100 views and one with 30 views, neither of them actually get me to where I want. They're both not videos that didn't succeed in terms of a viral sense. But I'm so stressed out about, oh, this got 70 views, so I shouldn't do this type of content because it only gets 30 views, whereas this content I should do because it gets 100. Both have not succeeded. All of the content you have created up to this point, if you're an upcoming artist, is nowhere close to the popularity level of what you will create in the future. All of it. You will create stuff much bigger than this, way bigger than this, measurably, insanely bigger than anything you've ever created. So why are we worried about these small view differences? When things actually change for you, they will change to such a big level that a difference of 70 views or a difference of a small amount will mean absolutely nothing to you. The reason I'm emphasizing this is because it's a distraction. We shouldn't be worried about these small numbers when they don't really do anything in a big, large sense. And this carries on into the second point for any creators who are constantly trying to scroll and check if their video is getting enough views, enough likes, enough comments that are encouraging, and super bogged down by that. The second point is one of the hardest things to accept as a creator is your process, your progress, your route is not linear. This is why people quit creative paths, because it's not linear. It's not a situation where you go to a job, you get paid 11 or 22 or 30 or $50 an hour. You work 2 hours, you get 100. You work 1 hour, you get 50. You work 3 hours, you get 150. We're not talking about that. We're talking about a creative process, which is not linear. Your success is not directly inputted by the amount you work. You cannot predict it in a linear way in comparison to actual other jobs where you can. So because of that, you might be putting a bunch of effort in and not getting the rate and not getting the success you want. And that doesn't mean you're on the wrong path, because things could increase crazy soon. You might not even know. And that's the craziness of the creative power. It doesn't work in a way that's predictable. It doesn't work in a way where you can be like, oh, I put this amount of effort in, I didn't get this result, so I must be failing. I put this amount of effort in, I got a ton of results, so I must be winning. I don't have to do anything now. It's not working in a calculated sense, because you randomly, life could change in one day. I remember Tyler, the creator, said this, and I will quote this in this video. He discovered Rex Orange County when they had a video with 6 views. He was just scrolling. And now they had a song together on his album Flower Boy that did numbers.
You never know who's watching. Y'all don't know how many people's pages I'll be on. I found Rex Orange County Found that man on YouTube. I'm like, this is amazing. It had 6 views. You are talented. And that's happened so many times. You never know who's watching. So the thing that you think, damn, I put so much time into this and no one's seen it. Or, oh, was the payoff good? Like, man, you never know what that payoff might mean to someone else.
If I had a video with 6 views and the last one got 100, I'm like, oh man, I got 6 views. The last one got 100. Man, I'm falling off. I'm going to take this video down. And then Tyler, the creator, doesn't see the video and my life doesn't change. It could change just like that. And all because I was worried about, oh, this video has 94 views less than the last video. Oh my gosh, I must be falling off. We know nothing, and this process works in a way that we will never be able to understand. So you can't judge yourself off these results because they could work. They could change in a minute, in a second, just by some sort of situation. All it has to do, any of your content, creating art, videos, no matter what it is, all it has to do is resonate deeply with one person and your life could change. You never know what happens when someone sees it. You never know if Drake sees your video. If you got 6 views and one of them was Drake, and you got 100 views and none of them were Drake, and then Drake's like, man, I should really pay attention to this person, and Drake is paying attention to you now, do you really think that 6 views is as valuable as the traditional 6 views that you usually see? We can't think in this way because art doesn't work this way and content creation doesn't work this way. It doesn't work in an easily measurable way. So when you base yourself on the results, you're going to get burned out. You're like, oh, I'm falling off. Oh, life isn't working. When life could be working better than you ever imagined, and you just need to stay patient. And that brings me to my third point I want to emphasize is time will tell. People always think in the way of, as soon as this thing comes out, it needs to get what it needs to get from me or else it doesn't work out. And we were taught to think that way because the people we look up to work that way. If a big YouTuber like Gideon releases a video, the biggest attention it's going to get is right when it releases. When Drake drops an album, the biggest attention is during the first week sales. They judge artists by the first week sales. But guess what? We are different because we are irrelevant together. We are irrelevant, right? And you know what that means? That means that every single video you make, the first week numbers, the first day numbers don't really mean as much as you make them mean. So when they don't pay off, when you don't get what you want to get off of them, you can't judge yourself too much because of it. Because what these videos are not just videos. These videos are seeds. You're planting seeds every time you drop a video. It's not like the video is going to delete the next day. Like the video is not going to disappear after. It's not a Snapchat story. It's a video. The video will exist for the rest of time, meaning that people can view the video for the rest of their lives. It's going to be available for them forever. This video is a seed. Someone can check out the video a year from now. Someone can check out the video 10 years from now. Your grandkids could check out the video. The video doesn't just stop because it doesn't get what you want it to get during a certain period of time. So every time you drop a video, every time you drop a piece of content, every time you try something, you're planting a seed. And then you have like 100 seeds, and one seed might randomly grow a year from now. One seed might randomly blow up 2 years from now. Someone can make a TikTok to one of the seeds you made. Someone could clip something you said that came out 2 years ago, and you have grandkids now or whatever, and someone clipped something you said when you were 5 years old, and that blew up. Seeds grow, and they could grow at whatever rate you have, especially a rate that you might not even understand or know. So the message I'm trying to emphasize is one of the hardest things to do as a creator is have blind vision, blind faith in your vision when things aren't working out, because things aren't going to work out immediately how you expect. Things aren't going to work out in the way you expect. Things aren't going to work out linearly. Things aren't going to work out even in a way you can predict. But that doesn't mean things aren't going to work out, period. Things are still going to work out. So having faith in what you're doing, regardless of the results, and especially as an irrelevant creator, ignoring the results completely and just creating what you want to create and trying to achieve what you think is the best content that you're proud of, could get you farther than ever possible. Because yes, you could get 5 views on this new content. Maybe the content is doing less than what you want, but maybe someone really picks up on it. Maybe it clicks with someone. Maybe it saves someone's life. Maybe it reaches out to someone you always looked up to, and maybe they saw it. Maybe out of nowhere they shout you on their story, and then suddenly you have 100,000 views on your lowest. It was originally your lowest viewed video, and now you have 100,000 views on the same video that you thought was a flop. Like, these are seeds. So we can't be worried about the results. Ignore the results, in fact. Ignore them. And it's easier said than done, but I hope that this video has given you enough reasons to show why these results are truly just a distraction for you, and you need to focus on your vision and your belief regardless. Like, they're just gonna, come on, think bigger, man. You got bigger than just 5 views, 100 views, bigger than just, oh man, this video didn't do 10 views more than the last video. No. You're not meant for 10s. You're not meant for 100 views. You're not meant for 1,000 views. You're meant for millions. You're meant for millions. Go big or go home. That's what you're about. Because you're bigger than all these things that you ever seen. And since you haven't seen a big result before, you might not think you're meant for it, but no. You're meant for something bigger. Have faith in that even if you've never touched it. Same with me. I've never touched 1 million views. I know. But you're meant for bigger than just 100 views. All of you. You're meant for something bigger than what you have. But you need to have faith in it even if you haven't seen it. And what does that mean? That means delusion. But sometimes we need to be delusional to keep going.